Your question is about C, but let's see what the rest of the problem is talking about. Let's see. It says how many three-digit numbers can be formed under each condition. So for this first one, it says the leading digit cannot be zero. Okay, so let's think about all the different types of digits. We have zero, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and nine. Okay, those are all our single digits. There's a total of 10 single digits. And so we're making a three-digit number. We're one, two, three. Only three digits. Okay, so if the first number cannot be zero, how many different combinations of numbers are possible? Now, in here, the order does matter because that makes the number different. Okay, so let's see. We have nine numbers that could go in the first spot. If we take out the zero, we have nine numbers. And then over here, now zero is allowed to be back in the mix. He's allowed to be chosen. And so now we have 10 options. And same with the last one, we have 10 options there. And so if you want to know how many total numbers there would be, you just have to multiply those together. You get 900. All right, now let's look at B really quick. For B, it says the leading digit cannot be zero and no repetition of digits is allowed. So if no repetition of digits is allowed, we have three spots. The very first spot, there's nine options, just like before, and that's because the leading digit cannot be zero. So that means there's only nine left. Okay, so the next spot, now anybody can be chosen, right? Any of these digits can be chosen, except for the one digit that was chosen for the first one. And we don't know what that one digit was. Let's pretend it was two. Let's say two is out. Okay, how many options are there now? Well, now zero is back in. So zero kind of fills that spot where the two was, and so that means there's nine possibilities to be in the second spot. Okay, and then for the last spot, very last spot, the last spot cannot be the same as whatever digit this was. Okay, and like now, let's say the first digit was two, and that means this one was not two. That means this one can be two. So two is back in the mix. So it just eliminates one of the digits, and so the last one would be nine. There's nine total possibilities for the last one. So counting principle says you just multiply all these dudes together, the number of options for each choice, and you get your answer. So 9 times 9 is 81, and 9 times that would be a number I don't have memorized. So let's just go 81 times 9 really quick, and we get 729. I know I probably could have written that out, but I didn't want it out. Okay, C. I'll go ahead and do all of these since somebody asked about C. All right, the leading digit cannot be 0, and the number must be a multiple of 5. Oh. Now, how do you know if a number is multiple by 5? Think about that. All right, so the way you know a number is divisible by 5 is the last number has to end in a 0 or a 5. Any number that ends in a 0 or a 5, you know is divisible by 5. Like you can make any number you want. So 6, 7, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is a ginormous number, but I know that this number is divisible by 5. Or if I made the last number 0, now this number is still divisible by 5. So, thinking about that, let's think about all our options for each of these. We have 1, 2, 3 choices to make. For the very first number, we can't be 0, so that means there's 9 digits that are allowed to go there. For the second spot, any number can be there. We're allowed to have repeats now, too. So that means there's 10 digits that can be there. But for the last spot, there's only 2 digits that are allowed to be there, a 0 or a 5. So we only have 2 options there. And then you just multiply these diggity dudes together, and you're done. 9 times 10 is 90, times 2 is 180. That's how many possible outcomes there are for that. All right, last one. Let's do D. All right, D. The number is at least 400. Okay, so if you want a number to be at least 400, that means the first digit has to be... No, actually, this first digit can be 4. Okay, all right. Let's think slowly, okay? Okay, it has to be At least 400. That means it's allowed to be 400. Okay, so the first digit could be a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 9, 8, or a 9. If it's any of these digits, then the number is not going to be bigger or at least 400. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possibilities for our first one. And then after that, any number, any digit can go there, and any digit can go there. And so 6 times 10 times 10 is 600. That's your final answer. So we have 900 outcomes, 729 outcomes, 180 outcomes, and 600 outcomes.